Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today we're going to look at some old school biceps exercises as practiced by the likes of Leroy Colbert, the Silver Era and Golden Era legend. As old school bodybuilder Arthur Verge once said, "Manly arms inspire confidence," and how true he is. Just look at the phenomenal arms of Silver Era icon Leroy Colbert right here. Nothing impresses more than a set of huge guns. So today I'm sharing a new article I read which talks about some awesome old school biceps exercises. Enjoy. The first exercise I want to talk about is the pull-up curl, which is not an exercise that is generally practiced in today's gyms. You rest a barbell across two benches that are placed parallel to each other, and you want to lie underneath the bar with the bar hovering over your chest as shown in the diagram. Taking a supinated shoulder width grip, you pull up with the aim of touching your chest to the bar, and then you lower and repeat for 3 sets of 10 repetitions with the aim of getting to 3 sets of 15 repetitions, at which point you would begin to add, for example, a plate over your chest to increase the resistance. Another great exercise given in the article is the bench curl. Basically, it's a partial curl where this movement allows you to use huge weights, and therefore it also builds your ligament and tendon strength in your arms. You grab a barbell with a supinated shoulder width grip and sit on a bench, ideally at the edge of the bench, and you place the barbell across your knees. Your upper arm should ideally be pressing against your body as you curl the weight up to prevent you from cheating. You want to curl the bar towards your chest and of course then lower slowly and repeat for 3 sets of 8 repetitions, and increase the weight of course when you reach 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Next is the peak contraction dumbbell curl, a favorite of Leroy Colbert. He actually used this to really peak his biceps. It's very famous for him because there's many photos of Leroy actually curling the dumbbell behind his shoulders. Basically, it looks like an alternated supinating dumbbell curl to the back of your shoulders. So now I'm going to explain it. You grab a pair of dumbbells sitting on the edge of a bench as shown in the diagram, and you hold the dumbbells at your sides. So you let your arms hang out at arm's length to your sides, and you want to hold the dumbbell either in a pronated or neutral grip. As you begin to curl the dumbbell towards the shoulder, you begin to supinate the arms simultaneously as you would in an alternating supinating dumbbell curl. As the dumbbell rises, however, you don't stop. Instead, you bring your knuckles to touch your shoulders. And after that, you continue by bringing your elbow forward and up, cramping the bicep. You lower and repeat and perform for 3 sets of 8 repetitions, increasing the weight once you are able to perform 3 sets of 15 repetitions. The kettlebell crucifix curl, I have to admit, is an exercise I have never seen before, and it looks absolutely awesome. You grab a couple of kettlebells, and as you can see in the diagram, you want to lie across a bench or a box that's going to support your upper torso. And you basically have your arms out to the sides, right? Straight out to the sides, holding those kettlebells. Basically, it's going to look like you're crucified against a bench, really. So you curl the kettlebells up until your arms, that is your forearms, are upright or perpendicular to the floor. That's the motion. And then you bring the bells back down parallel to the floor. And you repeat for 3 sets of 8 repetitions and increase over time the volume for 3 sets of 15 repetitions. And once you reach that, of course, you can increase the weight. Now this last exercise, the heavy bouncing dumbbell curl, is again one I haven't seen before, and I have to admit that it's a very novel idea to bounce the dumbbell off the floor, for example like you would a bouncing deadlift, to basically help you get that momentum to curl the dumbbell, at least a very heavy dumbbell. And in doing so, it basically is supposed to build tendon and ligament strength. This is according to the author Charles A. Smith, who wrote this article. It's very much like a concentration curl, but you basically bounce the weight off the floor. You want to sit at the end of the bench with a very heavy dumbbell, one that you can't normally curl otherwise unless you cheat. You want to tuck the elbow in at the hip, and you don't want to be moving your upper arm as you're performing the exercise. You want to have that heavy dumbbell at your shoulder at the beginning of the exercise as shown in the diagram, and when you're ready, you drop the dumbbell and bounce it off the floor to give you that little rebound to help you curl it back up. Basically, that's what it is, and you want to be using a thick rubber mat for this kind of exercise so that you don't wreck the gym floor or your home floor or wherever you're training. Again, because it's a strength performing exercise, you do want to decrease the volume but increase the sets, and so the best way to do that, of course, is by doing 4 sets of 5 repetitions, 4 or 5 sets of 5 repetitions really, and increase the repetitions over time. Now, there are other recommendations given by Charles A. Smith to help you progress with increasing the size of your arms, and he, for example, talks about the differences that bodybuilders have in the preference of performing the exercise, that is, the form. For example, he compares the form of Melvin Wells, who uses very strict form, to that of Reg Park, for example, who at times was known to use the cheating principle. Essentially, both men, as Charles A. Smith argues, used different forms at times, yet they still developed impressive arms. And so what matters is that you perform the correct exercises that are going to stimulate the growth in your arms, of course. Another important tip that Charles A. Smith gives is to increase your food intake. At the time milk was used, of course, nowadays you can increase your protein intake. Also, increasing your sleep is going to improve your recovery. And of course, he also mentions that, at least back then, it was the practice. It's not so much nowadays, but it's very important at the end of your workout to flex your biceps until a cramp is felt. Back then, it was called mental concentration exercises. Basically, really focusing on muscle control. Muscle control was something that was developed in the Bronze era. Sandow used it. Max Alding basically was a full course on muscle control. And a lot of people back then developed impressive muscularity alone just on muscle control, basically just flexing and really focusing on flexing. And this was a very big thing in the Silver era because a lot of people were still practicing it from the Bronze era along with their weight training. They would do it at the end of the workouts. This is something that was also recommended by Charles A. Smith. And at the very end of your workout, it's important, if possible, to also massage the biceps after being worked out so hard. Now, if you'd like to find out more information on the arm routines from the Silver and Golden Era champs, please visit my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, for several titles, including how to build bigger arms and how I developed my 19-inch arms, both ebooks available from Reg Park, Balanced Arms by Vince Gironda, and Sergio Oliva's arm routine as well, all available on www.goldenerabookworm.com. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video on Silver Era biceps exercises, some lost and forgotten. And if you incorporate any of these, please reply in the comments and let us know how you go. I'll leave you with this epic photo of Leroy Colbert with his phenomenal biceps development. I mean, this front double biceps it's timeless. It's a fantastic photo of Leroy at his prime. Absolutely awesome. If you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Please share and leave me your comments. To support the channel, please donate via PayPal, become a patron, or visit my website for out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding, and get in touch via email to collaborate or pass on your bodybuilding relics. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. full advantage of my collaboration with Old School Labs, please visit their website and choose from their marvelous range of supplements using my code BOOKWORM12. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.